Tremaine, it's great to see you finally in person.
Yes.
It's been an amazing couple years. You and I have talked over Zoom, other places, but really excited to hear your story live here at Cloud Expo Europe. So thanks for sharing. Tell us just a little bit about how you got started within the NHS and where you're at right now.
Yeah. So we started with, as you heard about, just one automation looking at oxygen usage, which is really cool. And now it's just grown to use cases across the whole organisation and multiple organisations. So what we found is once we've proven it out in terms of having that initial automation, it's just really taken off in every part. So it's been a sort of rapid journey of growth and learning and development, which has been, a lot of learnings along the way.
Yeah, one of the things I found, sort of pre-pandemic, but even so during the pandemic, when I get the chance to talk to prospects and customers and others, I feel like the pandemic drove it accelerated digital transformation exponentially, right? The shift to the cloud and these different things. But I've often found that people, even pre-pandemic, were like, look, we get it. We definitely want to automate, but we kind of need somebody to tell us what to do, or we need like a playbook or something, right? And then we'll just do it, and then we'll go from there, right? I liked what you said on stage when you said, some people try to tiptoe and do a couple automations, and you said go full in.
Yeah. So I think, as I said, don't dip your toe in the bathwater. Right? So I think a lot of organisations we see try one or two automations and then decide, is this right for us? And it's almost like taking one or two sheets of paper. Like, you don't buy paper by the sheet, you buy it by the week. So it's kind of like for me, I think the best way to do it is to build enough that you're going to get a decent amount of learning. So build 20, 30 automations, roll it out meaningfully, see then what you've learned, how your organisation works with automation, your processes to get them live, and then expand. So that's the advice I give to lots of organisations we work with. And it's kind of why I'm kind of anti-proof of concept. It's kind of like, you don't need to prove this works, you just need to do it.
Yeah, just do it.
So it's kind of like, when people say to me, can I do a proof of concept? I say, well, would you do a proof of concept with paper?
right.
You don't.
You're like, this is a solid thing.
We know this works.
Trust me on this.
It's just as good as what you do on it. So that's the important part. It's a tool. It's a blank tool. It doesn't, yes, there are pre-built automations, but it's blank. You build what you want and what you need on it. So there's a lot that's kind of getting people into that mindset is really important.
So go for it.
Exactly.
And there's plenty of learnings that already exist, and sort of there is a knowledge base, whether it's with us, we have some great customers, yourself and others, who are willing to share that knowledge as well to help accelerate that journey, right? What about that employee experience, and what has been your experience with the folks who are now benefiting from the automation? Like, are they tangibly, are they like, oh God, thank God I don't have to do that anymore?
When you go up to someone and say, all this workload, all the admin you don't want to do, I've got an automation that will help, or a tool that can help, it's never been badly received.
We also produced a white paper with you, and I know there's going to be more in the series. And it's a bit of a broader scope in terms of, it definitely cites some of the technological advancements and applications that you've spearheaded, and others, your colleagues as well. But there's also a bit about the NHS and sort of the broader mission to sort of knowledge share and help across the world. Talk to me a little bit about sort of your personal take on understanding the technology as a point solution, but also from a broader perspective.
Yeah, so I think going back to the white papers, what's interesting is when we were doing those white papers, it was looking at the world, not just the NHS, in the sense that patients work the same in every country, right? The body doesn't change. So there's loads of use cases that we have that we wanted to almost blueprint for other organisations to be able to tap into. So especially learning around clinical management of automation. So how do you build it safely, accurately, and all those side of things. All of those learnings are really useful. So, yes, we've got a real drive to do this across the whole NHS and give them the learning, and also make it easier to adopt. So then they're not starting from scratch. So to give them ideas around, okay, if you've got a diabetic patient, here's some of the automations that help those sorts of clinics and tracking those patients. If you're HR leader and you're trying to onboard new staff, here's how to make it easier and simpler. So there's different automation, but trying to give the ideas to people. So focusing less on just saying, here's a tool, what do you want to do with it? Right. And more on, here's a blueprint, here's a white paper, here's something to get you thinking about it. But realistically, there's just so much benefit that people just see that. So
it's just sort of undeniable at some point, yeah?
So I think there's conversation with clinicians around sort of the only pushback has been, how does this work for my patient? What will this do? And understanding that. But once they realise it's actually just replicating what they would do, they get it. It clicks.
Yeah. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about sort of the future. You talked about in the keynote sort of the next evolution of sort of intelligent automation, leveraging AI and ML and these different things. But what about more broadly? Like, what do you personally see the role of technology in healthcare? Like, what gets you excited going forward?
So I think there's lots. So one is like it's exciting in itself that we can give time back to clinicians. That's obviously a key thing. And what's exciting is we can predict when patients are going to need our support. So some of the new technologies coming out, but they're already in existence, but AI and others used in the right way can really transform the way we deliver care. So being able to see the right patient at the right time with the right solution is going to be super important going forward. So loads of potential.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's an exciting time, and you're literally at the forefront and leading the charge, and we thank you. Appreciate it. It's great to sit down with you finally.
Yeah, likewise.
Thanks a lot, Tremaine. And that's it from Cloud Expo. It's been an amazing show, and we'll see you next time.